Hey everybody, it's your man Tyke coming to you with another true spook story. Now, before we begin, I would like to ask that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share me if you're feeling the content. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in on this one right here, everybody. And I want you guys to really pay attention to this story and the scenarios because there will be a lesson in this one. Well, when I was growing up, I had a friend by the name of Jason. I'm not going to say his last name because his family is pretty predominant in the Central Florida area. Everybody, if I was to say his last name, everybody would know exactly who he is. And believe it or not, a lot of his family would be contacted. And they'd be like, hey, Tyke, why are you putting our business out there? But hey, it is what it is. So, but we'll just say Jason. So Jason was a very good friend of mine. Back when my mother was strung out on crack during the crack epidemic, his mother and aunties and uncles was strung out on the shit too. So it was a lot of crack smoking, rockhead, jugs, whatever you want to call them, going on in the South around by that time. And me and Jason bonded because his mother used to come over to my mother's house and vice versa, drop us off in the back room, in the backyard, or give us a couple dollars to rip and run the street while they went out and got high. Now, I was 6 years old, as you guys listened to one of my other stories. I was 6 years old when my mama got off crack. So think about this. They would leave a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, 5-year-old in the house by themselves or have our older siblings watch us while they go ripping the street. So me and Jason have been friends since before we was 6 years old. But my mom got off drugs in 1984. So Jason and I grew up. As my mom got off drugs in 84, Jason's parents, uncle, his mom, his dad, his aunties and relatives, a lot of them continued to do drugs. So Jason grew up pretty hard, a little harder than me. I was a tooth chipping old son of a skunk. But Jason, he was more of a hustler, a survivor, scrapper. You know, if he would come, Jason would come to your house, and if you offered him food, even though he had just eaten, he would eat again because he didn't know where his next meal was going to come from, because even around by 13, 14, 15 years old, his parents were still out there doing it, and he didn't know where his next meal would come from. So he had developed in his mind, I'm going to always stay full no matter what. He wasn't shy on saying, hey, can I get a plate to go? And it was crazy. Funny joke about Jason. He had even went to the store and stole some Tupperware, like a microwavable bowl. And if he came to your house, he would pull that bitch out of his book bag. And if you were cooking, he would say, hey, could you put me something in here to go? And he would take it and probably eat it cold, or, you know, go to somebody's house, heat it up in the microwave. He was a survivor. Jason, my good friend, real nigga though. So back to the spooky part of the story, y'all. So Jason grew up a little different than me, harder than me, you know, survivalist. Jason was the type that everywhere he went, there was always an issue. He was the nicest guy, very jokey, cool as shit. But everywhere he went, there was always going to be a problem. Somebody got in a fight, a building burned down, somebody got in a car wreck, he gets arrested and go to jail for something he didn't do. He gets into fights with random people. I mean, it was just something about Jason. Now, I was always hanging around Jason, you know, for the time being. You know, I had started getting an education, going to school. Grandma had started taking me under her wing. I was doing good. So every time me and Jason hooked up, it would be the life of the party. He'll come to the house, spend the night. My mama knew his mama's situation, so she would always welcome her house to Jason. And he'll eat, we'll laugh, we'll talk. And I ended up dealing with his cousin, one of his oldest cousin. Well, funny story, y'all. Check this. I ended up messing around with his sister, but we never did nothing. We were just boyfriend and girlfriend. And after I got through, like, I mean, his sister dated, liked each other, kissed, probably fake hunched a little bit. And he thought that was cool as fuck. His best friend was going to be his brother. And then, you know, I met his cousin, to which we had a long-standing relationship. And I gotta get in this business. So let me tell you. So this get fucked up, but hey, I'm as transparent as a kid, and I gotta let you guys know how it works because it plays into the story. So now, for every reason, Jason's mother had a baby by Jason's cousin's father. So the girl I dated, which was, I'm gonna say her name started with an M, and the girl that I was in a long-standing relationship with, her name started with an N. N's mother, and which was two sisters, N's mother and sister messed around with the same guy, and both of them got pregnant. So now Jason's biological sister is his cousin. If y'all can follow that shit, you're better than me. So I dated Jason's sister, just hugging, kitchen, hunching, fake hunching and shit. But then I actually got into a full-fledged relationship with his cousin that was, you know, a little old, as we got a little older for a long time in my, you know, late 20s. So no matter what happened, Jason, something always happened when Jason was around. So one day, I'm sitting up there, I'm hanging out with his sister cousin, Ian. And she was like, "They go Jason, that bitch bad luck." And I'm like, "That's my homeboy, be easy." And she said, "Let's go." And I'm like, "Nah, man, there go Jason. You know, I ain't seen Jason in a little bit. Let me hang out with my man. Let me talk to him. That's my dog." Say that, "Listen, get in the car. Don't nobody in the family fuck with him. Let's get away from him." My hard-headed ass, I wanted to sit up there and greet my homeboy because we were down since before we was able to talk right. And so I'm like, "J Boogie, what it is, baby?" And he would always like, "Hey, tight." And he would do like the fake teeth chew because my mama had dentures. And he'll hold his hand up to his mouth and act like he was chewing something with his dentures. I'm like, "All right, bitch." You know, and then we'll go to laughing, and then I'll be like, I act like I'm putting my finger through my front teeth because his mama had the biggest fucking gap in the world. And she probably was missing a tooth. We just thought the bitch was a gap. So I would do like this, and we're all joking, we'll laugh, and we'll greet each other. And so when he came up there, Ian sat in the car. He waved at her. She didn't even wave at him. He called her a bitch. She sit in the car. She like, "Man, let's go. Get away from that nigga." So we sitting out there talking. Next thing you know, police swerve both of us. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm like, "What the fuck going on?" Police come now, and they say, "Well, we need to see your driver license ID. We stopping you because one of your tail lights are out." I say, "Man, I'm not even driving the bitch. The car ain't even moving. It just crunk up." And sure enough, went back there, one of my tail lights was out. And I say that this is a brand new fucking car, man. I just got the bitch. I just drove it off the lot like 2 weeks ago. The bulb ain't broke or nothing. People, Jason came around and the bulb was fucked up. And she jumped out the car mad, and she go over there slapping Jason. "Get your janky ass from over here, you bitch. You just saw bad luck with your nasty energy coming over here fucking up." Say, "You know he don't get in trouble. He trying to stay out of that bullshit, and you bring your ass over around here. Don't be fucking with my man. Don't be." And she hitting her brother / cousin. Pop, 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 tap, 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 slap, slap, slap. And the police seeing this. So the police goes to try to break him up. And she tells the police, "If you touch him, you gonna have bad luck too." So the police like, "Fuck that shit. Y'all break it up." So they didn't grab her. They grabbed Jason. Tell me why the police officer tripped in a gopher hole or a hole in the ground. I don't know. Twisted his ankle. Only thing the bitch could say, man down, man down. And she say, see, I told you, you bad luck. So, and I'm not laughing at my homeboy, because that's still my dog to this day. Even the police wouldn't arrest this man because they didn't want, after they saw what happened and after what his sister cousin said, they didn't want to touch Jason. So Jason got set free, and then they like, well, we gonna give you a ticket. And I said, why give me a ticket? And like, yeah, yo, I said, but I'm not driving it. They like, it's crunk up, I'm mad, fuck you, here go your ticket. And it was a fix-it ticket, so it was virtually free. So the police told Jason to walk, and they stood there and let him get out the street. So now we passed by the police with the broken light and whatever the fuck they said we had. We see Jason. I say, let me blow up my dog. She say, don't blow, your car gonna blow up. So I went to blow the horn and she slapped my hand. Saved the day. Y'all remember this now. This boy's bad luck. Now, as we go further down, they have a cookout at the family. Jason, his mama, his brother, his cousins, uncles, all of them come to the party. I'm chilling. So everybody sit up there and say, everybody hide your wallet, hide your food, hide this. Me, my dumb ass again, because Jason my dog, man, we cool. They say, everybody make sure your chair don't fall over, make sure the food secured on the table. Everybody put rocks or bricks on the picnic table to make it so it don't fly off. I'm sitting up there like, everything cool, man. Jason, y'all, that's bad luck shit ain't working. So tell me why, as soon as Jason came to the table, nobody wanted to shake his hands. Everybody come over there. As soon as he comes to the table, all these flies and bugs start coming around. We trying to scramble to cover the food, get the food in the house. Then the shit start thundering, storming like it's gonna rain. So everybody picking up the food, running in the house, putting the shit. They told Jason he need to stay outside under the porch because nobody wanted their house to catch on fire. This is the fucking God of the truth, people. I can't believe it. So Jason and his family got mad. They got in their feelings. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Fuck y'all. That's why we don't fuck with y'all people. Fuck y'all. My son ain't bad luck. That's just some dumb, superstitious shit. So now everybody going around tripping. So again, running to Jason again. I'm no longer dealing with his kinfolk. And I'm like, Jason, man, what's up? He's walking up Carver Shores. So I pull over to greet my homeboy. I say, hey, Jason, what it is, player? Talk to your man. So he's happy to see me. He's chilling. He's just ecstatic. He ain't have no money in his pocket. So, you know, I went him a little ashtray and got him about $20, $30. And say, bro, here you go. So when I gave him the money, he looked at me. He say, serious, bro? I say, yeah. I say, nigga, we dogs. I say, you done had my back. You done whooped niggas' asses for me. I say, shit, when I couldn't handle them motherfuckers over there and late, man, you took off on them. I say, I was gonna get my ass stumped. I say, nigga, I love you, bro. I love you like you my own brother. You know, I give him a hug. We shake on it. Unbeknownst to me, he didn't have no money in his pocket. So I say, I'm finna go up here to the store, get something to eat. I say, you want some? He said, yeah. I said, get on in the car. So I put him in the car. We go down, we drive down to Magic Fry off Ivy Lane Road. We finna get us some chicken and rice, you know, 2-piece chicken and rice. Back then, it cost like $3 for 2-piece chicken and rice at Magic Fry. Good fucking food. If y'all ever in Orlando, stop at Magic Fry. It's a hole in the wall. Food good as fuck, bro. It is what it is. Now, that's good hood food. Shout out to Magic Fry off Ivy Lane Road. Do your thing. So, we drive around the corner, hit Magic Fry up. I'm like, all right, what you want? He said, you got me? I said, I got you. So we going in, the nigga damn near shot the store. Nigga got about $60 worth of shit, food for days. That bitch had his little backpack with him, food for days. Nigga, he loaded up. Got the Kool-Aid pack and everything, bag of sugar. This nigga survivor and a gallon of water. This bitch wasn't big, he wasn't playing. So put it on my tab, that was my dog. So we sat out in front of the stove on the hood of the car and we just ate the food and just catching all up. That was my man. So I brought up the, you know, let's talk about the elephant in the room here. I say, Jay Boogie, I say, man, everywhere you go, you got such bad fucking luck, man. Everybody say that shit. Your family don't fuck with you. Nobody fuck with you. And I said, what's up with this bad luck shit, man? I said, why you go through so much hell in your life? And what he told me, people, it shocked me, and I want y'all to hear this good. He said, so the way I got bad luck, I was sitting around and I was listening to the old folks talk when I was a kid. I went back and I ran my mouth. When I ran my mouth, I told my grandmother, who was a devout Christian, he said, what my mama was doing with the witch man or the witch woman that came to the house, I forget, was it a man or a woman, but they was into the occult. And say when he walked in the house, and after he had told, say the witch lady spit in his face. And when she spit in his face, he like wiped it and it got in his eyes. And he say every time he walked around, he just was seeing yellow for like a month. That's all he seen was just yellow. So I'm like, oh man, dog, I never knew that. So I asked him, I say, man, I say, your mama them ain't do nothing about it, your daddy them ain't do nothing about it. What the fuck, they just let this happen? And he say, man, nobody cares. Say everybody always out for themselves. So he say once he had grew up a little bit, got into his like 16, 17 years old stage. Say he saw the lady or the man again. I forget which one. You gotta forgive me, people. This has been a minute ago. He said he saw him again and the lady started pointing her finger at him and was like, how your life going, bitch? You tried to fuck my life up. You tried to bring the enemy against me. The lady was cursing him out. And he was like, so then Jason stepped to the lady and was like, fuck you, hoe. I don't know what your issue is. Bitch, be cool. He was just selling her out. And then I'm in the middle of it. I'm like, I say, how you know? I say, how you know this man? I say, how you know her? You know, I said it real loud so both of them hear. So both of them could hear me. And then she was like, oh, you were running your mouth as a little kid. That's why I spit in your goddamn face. I gave you all the bad luck in the world. She said, I hope you never motherfucking. So after hearing the lady talk that shit, Jason got mad and he went up there and he hit the lady. Punched the little witch lady in her head. Boop. He gave about 2 or 3 of them. So I jump over there and I break it up. I say, man, don't hit the woman, you going to prison. He said, you going to jail. He said, I don't care. He said, this whole ruined my life. So he kept on trying to fight the woman and she runs into the Lacona gas station up the road. Wacko was there then. He runs up in there and she started talking and shit. I tell him the dude she got jumped by 2 little kids. So as the guys come running out the store to check on this woman, so I don't know what was going on with Jason that day, but his luck had changed for the better just because he had attacked this woman, I'm thinking. So when the woman came, all the guys ran out there. The guys came up there to hit him. Now, I don't know if this man was a ninja. Did he learn some martial arts? But Jason took on by 3 or 4 dudes by himself. They went to swinging at him. He was dodging like Jean-Claude Van Damme on the ass. He was kicking them and throwing them and flipping them. And I'm like, okay, I need to help my homeboy, but I ain't have nothing to do. He went out there and he bust ass. So then she like, fuck you. And she cursed him and she spit at him again, tried to spit on him again, but he dodged it. So when he dodged it, it hit the ground like a beer bottle on the ground, and then the beer bottle broke in half. I kid you not, people. The lady spit on the brown beer bottle, it broke, cracked. So she hopped in her car and she flexed out. As soon as she flexed out, Jason like, man, fuck them niggas, that's why my life ruined. And immediately, it's like his karma, instant bad luck came right back. So when it came back, he was like, I feel good, fuck this shit. So he like, okay. I said, you want to get in the car? Want me to take you back? He said, I'm straight. I'm finna walk on up the road. Finna go hit Mercer Drive. So he gets up there, he heading to Mercer Drive. He walking. As soon as he crossed the street, a car hit him. Boom. I rushed down there. My nigga, you good? The car hit him, but he was okay. After the car hit him, the car wouldn't work no more. He got to walking. He like, I don't want no money, man, because lawsuit wasn't popular back then in the black community. You got hit and you ain't died, just count yourself fucking lucky. So he kept on walking. So I ain't see Jason for another 2-3 years after that. This time when I seen him, we was over there in town on Robinson Street, Polk Street, McCreel, and all them bad boys. That what we call town, the real nigga shit though. So when I seen it, he was out there smoking and drinking out there. He had gained a little more weight, got fat, guess from depression or some shit. So he over there and I'm like, what's up, boy? And he like, what up, boy? We greet each other with a hug, laughing, and we do our little jokey, little mama jokes and shit. I say, man, you gave that lady old hammerhead, boy. And he like, I whooped them niggas' ass, didn't I? I say, yeah. So I say, how your luck turning out, man? I say, you still got bad luck, cause bitch, you was a ninja then. He like, man, can't shit go right for me. I say, what you mean? He said, can't shit go right for me. I say, come on, man, hop in the car, let me take you somewhere. So y'all know where I'm taking him, right? I took him over there to grandma. I say, hey, grandmama, this man got bad luck on him. What you gonna do? Grandma said, come here, boy. And grandma went around and grandma smelt him. Grandma said, yeah, you got a stink on you. And then grandma like, come here. And grandma kept up there and she like made him lift up his armpits. Y'all pay attention to what I'm saying. She made him lift up his armpits and she took a wet rag with just regular tap water and a sprinkle of table salt, baking soda too, I'm sorry. Table salt and baking soda, wet rag, wetter than the sink. She wiped it on his arms. She wiped it on the other arm. And let me tell you, the smell that came from that boy, the must, the skunk, the fumes, whatever you want to call it, the nauseous fumes, gaseous odor that came from my dog when she wiped that shit from his hand, from his underarms. Man, that shit made me gag. She said, here go the problem. She said, here go the problem right here. She said, what bitch cursed you? So we told my grandmama, it was so-and-so lady up the road. He said, I beat her ass 3 years ago. And my grandma said, you should have killed the bitch, because that's the only way to get rid of this curse. Say, what that hoe did? She spit in your eyes? And he was like, yeah, she spit in my face and I rubbed it in my eye. And grandma was like, that hoe use old magic too. So grandma went to tell him what it is. And people, this shit is gonna gross you out, but it is what it is. It was chewing tobacco, and she chewed some shit called quarter leaf. I don't know if you can still find some shit like that. I'm telling you what grandma said. It's called quarter leaf tobacco, cold from her throat, chewing saliva, and like, I forget what they had, like a walnut plant or something, like a peanut shell or some shit, but I know it was hard. And a lady chewed it up. Hadjan the Conqueror, there we go. So yeah, Hadjan the Conqueror was the last ingredient. She chewed it up and she spit on that boy's face. Grandma said it. And when she spit, that boy got all that shit. And although he wiped his face and he was taking baths throughout the years, this type of poison sits in the glands and it secretes a pheromone on you that makes everyone around you disgusted. So it ain't that his luck got bad, it's that he had an underlying smell that nobody or everybody can smell at the same time, which make them want to do shit, make them go crazy, fuck them up, something. So grandma said, baby, you can't get this off of just a bath. You're going to have to seriously stop eating meat. You're going to have to stop drinking milk. And for God's sake, please stay away from rabbits. And he was like, this lady crazy, man. Your grandma loose. So for 3 months past, he didn't believe my grandmama. So my grandmama seen him. My grandma tried to talk to him. She would come and say, hey, I tried to talk to your friend, tried to tell him what to do. And he's sitting up there at the stove eating a burger, eating whatever, just doing everything she say don't do. She wanted him to clean himself out, people. So lo and behold, shit get real serious moving forward. Shit done got real serious with him. Now, his family is involved. His mama done got sick. His brother done got arrested for counterfeit checks. And his cousin / sister, done got a divorce. So shit going crazy. So he called me, hey, Tyke, I need you, man. I need you. And I'm like, My grandma told me that you got that stank on you, bitch. And I say, I'm listening now. You not finna fuck me up, bro. I say, I could wire you some money or some shit, you know, through Western Union or MoneyGram, but I can't help you, no physical touch. He say, no, it ain't that. He say, I need you to come over here and just pick me up. I could ride in the back of your truck. I just need you to pick me up. I won't touch nothing. I won't touch you. I won't touch your shit. Just put me in the back of your truck. So keeping in true homeboy status, that's what I did. Knowing this shit, boy, with bad luck. I went over there. I got him. Put him in the back of the truck. He respected the game. He crawled in the back of the truck. As we driving down fucking Orange Blossom Trail between Gore and Colonial, all of a sudden, my truck starts spinning out of control. And I almost run into the Vacation Lodge parking lot. I almost jumped this barrier, ran into the Vacation Lodge and crashed. But I happened to stop on the brakes. As soon as I stopped on the brakes, Jason flew out the back of the truck. When he flew out the back of the truck, the bitch landed on the roof of like a Chrysler Dodge, some kind of cool ass car at the time. I think it was a 300. And he didn't have not one broken bone. And I was like, nigga, you bad luck. You bad luck. And he was like, bitch, I know. He said, I'm trying to get over here from town because they're going to kill me, I think. So I said, so my car crunk up again. I said, come on, get your ass back in. I said, we got to avoid traffic all the way to get your ass on the east side of town. I got you, bro. You my dog. Put him in there. So Jason done learned to himself this bad luck, people. Grandma told him what to do. He ain't doing the spiritual cleansing. You know, he didn't really believe in that shit. So I had mixed it up with a rival gang that I was in. Keep in mind, I had been out of the gang life for a minute. So I mixed it up with a rival gang while Jason was in the back of the truck. He done accepted his fucking bad luck shit, people. So he like, Tyke, I got this. He went over there and he started touching these cats. He like, what's up, nigga, pushing him. What's up, pussy nigga, pushing him. What's up, pussy nigga? And he know what he was doing, and he was sweating at the same time. So that EO Nana shit was getting on him. We're getting on these kids' shirt. Like, fuck nigga, we'll rock your world like we're gonna rock this fuck nigga right here. And he say, nah, you gotta go through me to get to him. And he like, who the fuck you? He say, bitch, I'm the worst thing you ever done met. So Jason stole one of them. Pop. So I jump out the truck. I'm stealing one of them too. Pop. So me and Jason at the gas station tearing ass. Pop, tap, tap, boom, boom, boom. We getting it. All of a sudden, the boys stop fighting. They like, man, fuck this shit. They stop fighting. They get in their car. They pull out in traffic. Semi-truck hit their ass. Pop. Drag their ass about 12 feet up the road. And I said, hell no. I say, nigga, you gotta say your bad luck can go to other people. And he said, I know. And I said, so you don't want my grandma to get that shit off you? He said, I'm embracing this. I said, what you mean embracing it? He say, people pay me to stand around them. And if like they want some work done, some magical shit done, he said, I just go over there and sweat, like jump up and down, work up a sweat and rub it on people, man. And say that person end up losing money, getting arrested, leaving their dope bomb in the hole. So when they go to jail, the dope is there. So whoever dope boy around, they take the dope. He say, dude, I got cash. And he said, here. And the motherfucker handed me like, I think about $600. So I'm a real nigga and I know this spiritual shit like it ain't nothing. I took out a little napkin out the glove box, bit right that bitch up in here. I say, I'm gonna throw this bitch in the washer, nigga. He started laughing. He like, bitch, stop. And we laughing and shit. So normally we would greet each other with a hug, handshake and shit. He like, I can't touch you. So he went into the gas station. He bought some gloves. And to this day, he wasn't nothing but gloves on his hands. I don't know if he got the stank off and people on or nothing. So I called my grandma and I told my grandma what was going on with him. And she said, well, you know what? Keep him as a friend because he can come in useful. He understand this shit. Now, that's a little bit about Jason. Now, let's get into the spooky part of this shit. That was just the story, people. This shit get deep. So, Jason had started robbing banks with people, had started doing counterfeit checks, had started doing a lot of shit. He had embraced that criminal element like a motherfucker. One of the biggest dope dealers in Central Florida had him on the team. Had got him a little house, like a little shack outside his house. Like fixed up the shed where he had a bed, TV, all that shit. He used to bring little random hookers and hoes in there, do whatever. I don't know. I ain't getting in that side of the man's life. But he had it, and every time he would go somewhere, he would like ride with the dope man, and he would go in the house first and greet. Dope man would dressing him up and everything. He would greet the people, shake their hand. He would like to look out, and everybody knew this man had healing power. Like had some like kind of bad luck powers that shit spread on everybody else. So one day, Jason upset at the world. Somebody pissed him off. He mad. And he was like, I'm finna go fuck somebody up. And everybody noticed, so everybody like, who done pissed Jason off? So Jason jumped in the car of the dope man, and he flying up the road. No cars hitting him. It's like his bad luck changed to good luck. But everybody that touched him, now they got bad luck now. So he fly over there, Carver Middle School, and he jump out the car, he going in the field, and he just went up there and started mollywopping some cat. Pop, 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 pop. So after he whooping the cat ass, guess who ass of the cat he was whooping? The same lady who spit that shit on him, who cursed him, he went over there and beat her son damn near to death. And I say, how you know this boy? And he say, the fuck nigga just give me a funny look and an eerie, and he just keep on fucking with me. I see this nigga in my dream. He say, I saw that nigga at the, like going to play basketball at Carver, so I had to go over there and whoop on his ass a little bit. And I say, okay, do it. So I called Grandma. I say, Grandma, that's the son of the lady who spit in that man's face. And Grandma say, who the bitch is? So Grandma float around the corner in the Buick. Grandma was always in the fucking area for some odd reason. Grandma float around the corner to Carver Middle School in the Buick. She see Jason whooping ass, and then she see the lady come running up there. And she said, quarter? First time I heard the lady name, she said, quarter? And the lady said, what's up, Gunja? She said, quarter, you cursed that baby? And Quarter said, yeah, when he was 6, the bitch had everybody after me. And she said, you nasty hoe. You knew better to sit up there and fucking curse that baby because you was in your motherfucking way. She say, I read you in your rights right now. She say, take that shit off that boy. That boy life been hell ever since. And the lady, Miss Quarter, said, fuck that boy, he hit me. He know better than to hit a woman. Grandma say, bitch, I hit you too. So Grandma and Miss Quarter arguing. And Grandma would like take that shit off, and Miss Quarter would like, fuck you. So Grandma pulls out her 32. And I kid you not. So when Grandma pull out her 32, she shoots Miss Quarter in the middle of the school, in basketball court like a bitch. She shoot her, bow, hit her in the shoulder, the right shoulder. Miss Quarter fall to the ground. She say, nah, bitch, say the magical words to get that shit off that boy. And she like, oh, Gunja, you a dumb bitch. You shot me, hoe. And girl say, bitch, I be that, and I'm gonna be that till the day I fucking die. And then my grandmama chewed tobacco. So my grandma pulled some Hot John the Conqueror out her purse, and she chewing it up, mix it with her tobacco. She did exactly the same thing to Quarter. And she spit like 6 times on Quarter. Psst, 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 psst. All on her clothes. She even spit in the gunshot wound. The lady started screaming and cursing, oh my God, my life is over. I'm dead. I'm dead. And Grandma say, take that shit off that boy. Say the words. And Grandma kept telling her to say the word. By the end, I'm sitting up there hiding behind the car because I'm thinking Grandma finna bust her and kill her. You know, nah, bitch, I got to get the gun and haul ass to Lakeland to hide the bitch somewhere. So the lady finally said an incantation, and all of a sudden, Jason just stopped hitting the boy. Jason stopped whooping the boy ass, and Jason like, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. And then Jason walked like 12 feet and threw up all his guts. I mean, blah. The boy threw up some ugly shit. And the lady like, I need a doctor. And my grandma said, no, you don't, bitch, stay there. And then the lady said, Gunja, you gonna take this shit off me? I did what you said. And Grandma said, no, ho, you gonna sit with it for a year. Come see me in a year and I'll take it off. You need to go through. My grandma was that powerful, bitches respected her. So during that year, that lady lost her house, her car, her son got killed in a traffic accident. I think her daughter ended up getting sexually assaulted by at least 4 or 5 people. It got rough, man, for that woman. And then so she come back to grandmama. I'm sitting there. Grandmama like, okay. So grandma put her ass in the shower. Grandma clean her. Grandma told her you can't eat meat, gave her the remedy. And grandma say, ho, if you ever use what I taught you again, say I'll blow your head off. My magic is not used to inflict damage on children. And that was the end of that shit. So Jason thanked my grandmama, and he called my grandmama mama, and he thanked her, gave her hugs, and that man ended up getting a job, staying out of prison. He ended up getting him a nice wife. The bitch got his six-pack back. I mean, because he was always a scrappy dude. Motherfucking saw it looking good, no bumps in his face, because that curse had fucked him up. That boy started looking good, started doing everything right. And to this day, if he see me, he always go in his pocket. And he'll give me like $100 because he got a nice job. He'll give me a little couple change, a little $100, and he got it. He got a car, nice wife, all that shit. But he's so grateful for my grandma now for doing that. I don't know what happened to the lady or not. I know grandma removed the shit, but I know that lady was fucking hurt. And I want you guys to keep that in mind, man. That was a whole fucking curse that lady put on that boy. My grandma taught that lady that fucking curse. But my grandma teaching that lady that curse, my grandma didn't like the fact that she was fucking around her doing that shit to children. Now, I think I gave y'all the right remedy and recipe. If I'm wrong, y'all do some research if you can find it. But that was the curse. So I'm gonna name of this bitch Jason the Curse. Curse Jason. I don't know what else to call that bitch. But hey, that's just another little story. It probably wasn't spooky, but the bitch damn sure was spiritual, occultic, and crazy. I'm finna let you guys go. I'm tight, telling you guys, watch what come out your mouth, because it just might stain somebody's soul. Take care, everybody. God bless.